iPhone 6 owners, if you want to save yourself some money, if you have a cracked screen, for $35 you can order a screen on Amazon, and actually would order the full screen and digitizer. So it comes with the glass and the actual digitizer that is the LCD display of the phone. Don't go the route where you actually spend $10 just for the glass and try to unpeel that glass from the screen. That's a pain. And you'll usually get tools in there too, like that pentalobe screwdriver that I have. So what you'll do is you take the small micro screws that are on the underside of the phone that keep the digitizer attached to the base of the phone. Take those two screws out, place them somewhere safe, maybe on a piece of paper with some tape folded underneath so they don't go rolling around. Take the suction cup and put it near the home button and pry it up very slightly. If you have a cracked screen, this will be difficult to do. And so you want to get something like the green tool that I have there in my left hand. Lift it up and slowly wedge it underneath, going ever so slowly. You don't want to just go ahead and rip it. You don't want to do that, because at the top of the phone, where the digitizer meets the base of the phone, there is ribbons in the upper right corner, and those ribbons are very important. If they get ripped, you won't have your screen showing. You'll have to get yourself a new screen. There I'm showing them. You can see there in the upper right, there's a black strip. You'll see it, and there's a small metal base plate that we'll see in a second you take off, and that'll expose the ribbons. So continuing on, that screwdriver right there that I have is got a magnetic end, and so that's helpful because these micro screws can get tricky to work with. So you'll see there's 5 of them. I'm pointing to them. A good idea is when you remove the screws, make sure that you put them back in the order that they will fit into the base plate, into those slots, because some of the screws are different sizes and they need to go back into the proper location so they can actually hold that base plate down to protect those ribbons. So we'll go ahead and take those one at a time. Go ahead and go slowly with this. And again, not a good idea. Don't try this at home, what I'm doing, putting these micro screws on top of the granite countertop. I actually lose one that goes on the floor. I end up finding it, but it was a little bit of a hassle to try to look for it. So again, maybe if you have a plastic case of some sort that has quadrants in it, you can keep those screws safe, keep accountability of them so you don't lose them. Another idea is to take some white paper or any paper you might have and take some tape, rip the tape apart and fold it underneath itself so that the adhesive side is sticking up, and you can have that tape stick to the paper, as well as be able to put those bolts, those little micro screws, onto the tape. And there I found the screw, and there you see how small it is. In this video I actually don't replace the screen, as I will replace one later on, but this is just getting familiar with taking it apart. There's the base plate. And now I'm using this green tool to pry the ribbons out, and see again, remember, see those ribbons up in the upper right there? Be careful with those. You don't want to rip those, and they can rip quite easily if you put too much tension on them. So if you just sort of hold it with your hand there, keep it propped up like you see that I'm doing, you should be fine. So you just get in there and pry it out. Again, don't feel like you have to rush, just go carefully so you don't rip anything. So in another video I'll show the completion of actually putting the phone, a new phone screen on, because what you're going to have to do with the digitizer is, you see the camera and all those ribbons, you actually have to remove that and take it apart, because the digitizer you buy only comes with 2 ribbons, and then the camera has 2 ribbons as well, and so that gets to be a little bit of a tedious process, and you have to be careful with that. But again, that's something I'll show later on. There's again the phone, and you'll actually have to take the home button apart too from your old screen and put it back onto the new screen. So thanks for watching for now, and again, in not too long a time I will post a video showing a full full final completed fix.